back.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another segment of Ike Live. We're here at the 2020 Bassmaster Classic, and we're here at the Ike Live booth. We've got some really special guests joining us in this segment, and I want to say right before we get into everything that these guys have seriously changed the game of fishing in the last handful of years, changed the way people look at fishing. So I'm so excited to have these guys. Every show we tell you the title sponsor of the show and why the show exists, and it's Mystery Tackle Box. And we've got these guys with us today.
Thank you. Thanks very much.
How you doing?
Bold.
Dude, it's so nice to sit down with you guys. It's so awesome. All right, first things first, 2020 Bassmaster Classic, first impressions. Carl, start with you.
Well, I mean, it's magic everywhere you go.
Yeah.
It's been like a big crowd, especially today. We had some of the Googans over at our booth, and it's like you're just signing autographs, shaking hands, taking pictures just all day.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
This is my first time also. Yesterday was my first time meeting you in person.
I've
been on the show a couple of times.
You've been on the show.
It's a pleasure.
Today. It was great meeting you.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, I know the other KVD.
Yeah.
And I'm looking you in the eye and telling you that this is the real KVD.
Oh.
Right here.
You're going to get me in trouble.
It's the actual KVD. It's the real KVD.
Thank you. You're going to get me in trouble.
I'm not going to get in trouble. This is a big show. You guys do shows all over the country, from iCast to smaller consumer shows. Mm-hmm. What's special about the Classic show? What's special about this week?
I think just the people that come here are so fishing obsessed. It's like at a lot of the other shows we go to, it's just something to do in their town, and they just like hear on the local radio that there's something going on.
Yeah.
So they go and they walk around and they pick something up, they put something down, and they don't really know what the hell they're looking at.
Right.
And everybody here knows, like, this is the only place I get recognized as MTB Heck Guy, aka just the guy following Carl around all the time. And so, like, usually, most of the shows we go to, people are like, "Oh, hey Carl, can I take your picture? Excuse me, guy, can you take the picture for us?"
Yeah.
And here, like, people actually know who I am and take a picture with me, and that literally doesn't happen anywhere else.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So the like fishing knowledge, the way people are just like so in depth and like in tune with everybody that fishes, everybody that is in like fishing content, like all like your show, like our company.
Yeah.
It's just crazy to see how everybody look how many people are here.
It's crazy.
Even just to
It's
like
awesome.
just to see us all hang out and have a beer and
it's great, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's great.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
What are your impressions of this Classic? Have you been to a Classic before, or is this the first one?
Yeah, I've been to, this is my third one.
Yeah.
I started at Greenville, Hartwell, and then last year in Knoxville. It's awesome. I mean, I kind of what Brett or MTB Hat Guy said. It's like
Bleep that out.
you can come up to a total stranger and talk for half an hour about catching fish or whatever they're doing
It's
or where
awesome,
they're from.
isn't it?
Yeah.
It's awesome. And what you bring up, and I want to make sure I talk about this, and I want to see if you guys agree. I've been to shows before. I've been to other sporting events before. And I don't want to diss pro football or baseball or hockey. I don't want to diss them. But this is the most friendly, natural sport. Like, you can go up and talk to Swindle like he's your next door neighbor.
Definitely.
Isn't that special about fishing?
Definitely.
They're not. Pros aren't stiff. They're not.
No. I was actually in Minneapolis for the Super Bowl a couple years ago, and it was like it's cool to like see and compare how like the Super Bowl fishing and the Super Bowl are different, and like the way the towns embrace it and stuff. And it really is like that. It was like there was all these parties and everything was behind closed doors, and like you didn't actually hear other celebrities, but it was like, oh, I heard the Migos are over there, and like, oh, my dad's brother drove Pink from the airport in the Uber. Like there was all this like crazy stuff where like you didn't actually hear, but like. Yeah, we like obviously we're sitting here talking to you, and we just saw Cody Myers over there. Ish is standing over here threatening to streak.
Yeah, he was going to streak. That would have been scary.
We probably should get eyes on him before that happens.
It might still happen.
He's been
I don't know where he went, but yeah, it's just like all the biggest stars are in this arena and just like down to hang out and grab a picture and talk fishing.
The guys
with people,
are very humble,
Mm-hmm.
from the pro anglers to the sponsors to the fans. I feel like it's one of those sports where everybody just bonds.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know, at the end of the day, I always say this, it's just fishing.
Yeah.
It's just fishing, right?
Yeah.
It's not brain surgery. It's not rocket science. Just fishing.
Yeah.
And I like that about the sport.
Yeah,
I like
it's fun.
that.
It's fun. I mean, we're all competing with the fish, you know?
Yeah.
Right,
When I was at the Super Bowl, there was a bunch of Eagles fans yelling at Vikings fans, and like everybody just always wants to yell at Patriots fans, and like there's just that going on. And here it's just like, yeah, what have you been catching them on?
Yeah.
Like, how's it working for you guys? And
Yeah.
it's just a different thing. One of the things that makes fishing just such a great sport.
It's great. It's a great sport. All right, now I want to corner you about something.
Absolutely.
So I've seen this happen with our crew here at Ike Live, with Brian the Carpenter, with, of course, Dave Brodzik, a.k.a. Stormtrooper, Eric when he was working, now Trevor, the whole crew, Miss Rebecca, everybody. They're pseudo-celebrities just as much as the pro anglers. And so have you gotten used to people wanting your picture, your autograph, signing foreheads? Like, is that something you've embraced? Because I look at these guys. I look at Dave signing an autograph. He looks very uncomfortable. I see him get a little nervous. He's uncomfortable. But then on the other hand, Brian the Carpenter, he loves it. He's sort of like, hey, I think he was born to be famous.
Yeah.
Have you embraced it?
I think it comes with the territory. I think that you walk into a place like this and everybody's saying, Carl, it's Carl, it's Carl. Like, if I was like, oh no, every time somebody came up, like, I'd be worrying myself to death. So I think that one of the best things to do is just like, be big, be that person that they want you to be when you see them, and just be friendly. Like you've been saying, like,
that's awesome.
I'm just a regular guy that happens to have my face and my body
everywhere.
on a.
It's on a darn koozie. Look at this. It's everywhere. Look at it. You can't get away from it. I got to tell you though, your beard has this magical attraction. Round of applause. Who thinks his beard has a magical attraction to it? It does. Look at that beard.
Thank you.
I
it's
mean,
under contract.
It's
so.
fluffy. It's
Heavily
inviting.
insured.
I almost want to get in there and dig in there with it.
I have had this, like, even when I'm not in the full getup, like, I'll go to, like, the grocery store and have, like, the teller be like, you have a great beard. And I don't know what that's about.
Right.
I don't do anything special.
Wow.
I just walk out of the shower, just born this way, I guess.
Did you come out of the womb with a beard?
There's some photographic evidence out there.
Is
it's on the website.
but,
Wow.
About us section.
We're good at finding stuff. Dave, add that to the list. We might have to find Carl's birth picture.
Copy that.
Yeah.
Yes.
We've got a couple of those floating around on the website.
You do?
I think,
I see that. All right, I want to break into something and talk a little seriousness now. And we've had this conversation off camera before, but I want everybody to listen to this, which is when I started in the sport, and we're talking about the 80s. How old were you in the 80s?
Negative 18.
Negative
I don't know,
18
something like that.
in the 80s. In the 80s, the way the sport grew was different. It was hard to get information.
Yeah.
It was hard to get new baits.
Yeah.
It was hard to get content, fishing content. You couldn't hardly get it. There was magazines. There was TNN. The Bassmasters on TNN. Very difficult. In today's age, it is a totally changed world, right? The content streams, the podcasting, YouTube, the Googans, what they're doing. But especially what Mystery Tackle Box offers, it has changed the sport. And it has grown the sport.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about that, because that's got to feel good, to know you're a part of that.
Yeah, it feels awesome. I mean, especially like you said, with us and our partnership with the Googans and their influence on young anglers.
It's amazing.
It's crazy, yeah. And so many people are just, I mean, we had them at our booth earlier, and there was just like a crazy line around the corner. And there's so many people who come up and are like, I got into fishing because of you. I got into fishing because of you. And, like in the 80s, that I'm sure that happened to you. You were one of the first wave of like adding some flair and personality to the sport. And it is cool to like be a part of it and see it. And, like for whoever doesn't know that I run a lot of our social media and I'm behind the scenes of it, it's crazy how many people like every day just like DM us or comment on Facebook that are like, this was my first fish I've ever caught because like my dad got me a mystery tackle box. Or like I brought my buddy out who never liked fishing, and then he tried this bait that we couldn't even pronounce the name. I've never seen it before. And we caught a 4-pounder, and now I love fishing. Like, it's so cool to see that happen. Like literally every single day, somebody says that to us somewhere on social media. And I don't know. It's hard to put into words now. I'm sure like it'll be easier to look back on in a few years and be like, that's cool that we had such a big part of it. But I guess cool is the only way I could describe it
Yeah.
right now,
Yeah.
like as it's happening. So.
We had a kid come up today.
Yeah, today.
And his dad was saying that they were trying to teach him how to fish, and he said, I couldn't think of a better teacher than you, so I brought him here to your booth. I immediately went back and got that kid a box, just handed it to him, saw his eyes light up, and it's awesome.
It's
to,
crazy.
have that experience.
It's
and
crazy.
Be like starting
Yeah.
these young fishermen.
It's very,
Yeah.
very
Awesome.
special.
Yeah.
The thing I love about MTB, we've said this a million times in Like Live, but it's the range of anglers that it appeals to, right? So you just said, talking about people that never fished,
Yeah.
young people, young adults that never fished. It's a great product for it. Avid guys that fish once or twice a year, it's a great product. But a lot of the Ike Live fans who are hardcore
Yeah.
anglers love it as well. Why is that? I got my theory, but why do you think that is?
I think that we have obviously we have like different offerings. So we have like the regular box, the
Yeah.
pro box, the elite box. But I think that we do a good job of introducing baits that use, we have Strike Kings in boxes, and we have, like I said, I can't even think of a random name right now, but we have like weird, overseas companies that just get in by giving us like a few thousand baits that we throw in a box. So it's a good way to introduce people. And I think just at the company, we do a good job of hiring everyone on every team from like tournament anglers like Matt, who came over here with us. He works on some of our product design now, but when he first started, he was the main one picking what went in a lot of the boxes, and he fished tournaments when he was in college. He was like, I don't even think he planned on talking, he just wanted to come meet you. He's just obsessed with tournament fishing. He just like the hardest of hardcore anglers. Like, we were roommates a couple years ago. He wanted to go dump the boat in before work all the time. I'm like,
In the
bro,
city, too.
yeah, in Chicago. I'm like, bro, we fished on Saturday, it's Wednesday, let's just go again next weekend. Like, so we have the like middle of the road, like myself, I think that like really enjoy fishing, weekend warrior. The like, he's mad he's not fishing right now, even though he's at a fishing show type of fishing.
It's always worse then.
Yeah, and then we have people like us on our content team and on box planning team who are literally learning on the job.
Yeah.
And they're like, I don't know what that is. Can we put an insert in that explains it?
Yeah.
And then we get that perspective from beginners. Brittany, who like runs our TikTok, which I don't know what the hell's going on TikTok. But, she's like a 22-year-old who knew nothing about fishing before she started here, and we've like all of the things we put on Carl's Instagram that are like Carl's tips and tricks.
Yeah.
Carl's 101 are like research projects from her, like teaching herself how to fish.
Yeah.
Just out loud to other people, and it's been a really good thing to introduce young anglers to fishing, I think. And then also, obviously, we post like, here's a cool new prop bait that like, if you don't know how to fish it, you're probably not going to want this box.
Yeah.
Type of thing. So,
yeah. It's unbelievable, and we really follow our fans and their comments, and the biggest one we get is, I opened my box and saw this strange lure I would never ever buy on my own. I went out and fished it and found a new favorite bait.
Yeah.
That's what I think guys that fish a lot, that's the beauty of a mystery tackle box.
That was for my dad. He was like,
oh yeah,
it's like, what the hell is this? You're gonna go work for a what company? That's
it's crazy.
that does
It's
what?
crazy.
And then he gets it and he's like, this is the best. This is awesome. Keep
It's
sending
crazy.
them to
And
me.
Brian the Carpenter will back me up on this. Dave knows. We do, of course, we're a podcast that opens, we do an unboxing live. And we're supposed to look at the stuff, explain it, say what's our favorite, and put it back. And I, all the time, take the baits. He knows. I'm a little klepto when it comes to baits. And I've found, I don't even want to tell you exact baits, but I've found some really amazing stuff by opening it up and seeing what's inside. And I love that about it.
Yeah.
I love that about it.
That's what Gavin does too. That's why we have him sitting on the outside.
Yeah.
Keep his hands away from too much
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
That's how he
I
got
got
his
the boxes
internship.
right here.
Yeah.
We
Now-
paid him in baits for
Now,
this first summer work.
Gavin, is it true you were an Abercrombie model at one time as well?
That is not true.
Oh.
But I do model on our Instagram occasionally
do?
with
Okay.
fish. So
All right.
Yeah.
all right. I had a couple girls come by and give me their number to hand to you after the show's over. But
Okay.
I don't know.
I'll
And
take
Trevor.
it.
Trevor thinks you're hot too. So. Trevor. I do want to talk a little bit. I want to jump back and talk about the Googans. You guys work with the Googans. And I want to flush through this. It's a hair bit controversial, but I want to flush it out, which is there are guys that love the Googans. There are guys that think the Googans are the best thing since Azara Spook. There are guys that absolutely worship them. And then there's people that sort of like taken back because there's the other KVD. Hey, 2 KVDs. 2 of them. Wait a minute. Wow, we got to get him over here.
it's finally happening.
Come over here.
This is unbelievable. I I didn't think this would ever happen in my life. Hold on. We're going to get back to this conversation. Oh, my God. Look at this.
Hold on.
Oh, my God.
Iconic.
What the heck? Did that just happen?
Everybody will remember where they were.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
It happened live.
This is better than winning the Classic right now. I'm kind of glad I didn't fish this year. Oh, my God, I'm nervous. I'm nervous right now. My heart's pounding. Feel that? Feel it?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Really pounding hard.
Wow. I didn't think
You might
I
want to
would
get that
never
checked out.
Would never see this in the same place at the same
man.
time. Kevin Van Dam, everybody.
Good one.
Wow. What are the odds of that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Very low, I feel
I don't
like.
think that was even. I don't think we even had to pay for that, which is unusual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to send us an invoice.
Invoice for sure.
Getting back to it, people love the Googans.
Yeah, wait,
And,
what?
and
I think we just, what was the question?
people love the Googans, and other people are a little like this. What's your take on it? Because I've got a strong take on it, and I honestly think they are the best thing that's ever happened to get new people fishing, especially young people fishing. But why is there that segment that's standoffish about them?
I don't know. I think like anytime there's anything different, there's going to be somebody or a group of people that just don't like it for the sake of not liking it.
Right.
And anytime there's like a lot of attention being drawn to the sport, there's going to be a lot of people that back it up and that like it and that want to be in on the wave, like all of us who are in on the wave.
Yeah.
I think that it's just there's something different and there's something.
Yeah.
There's something. I mean, it's called disruption for a reason,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
people that come in
Yeah.
and disrupt an industry,
Yeah.
they're doing something different. They're doing what other people aren't doing, and there's just going to be
Yeah.
people whose feathers are ruffled by
Yeah.
that. And
Well, I can tell you this.
Yeah.
Growing the sport, I'm everybody, Ike Live, Ike Foundation, Bash U, very conscious
Yeah.
of growing the sport,
Yeah.
right? That's a term. But actually doing it is another thing.
Yeah.
And when I look at what they're doing, all of them, when I look at what they're doing with their content, with their social media, with their reach,
yeah.
they're growing the sport.
Yeah.
They're
They
getting
are.
new people, young people fishing.
They are. And
How's that a bad thing?
It's I don't think that it could be a bad thing at all. I think that what they've kind of hit on there is what a lot of YouTubers it's like across the spectrum. Like in video games, they have Let's Plays where it's like people that just play video games and people watch them.
Yeah.
And that you sort of develop a friendship with these personalities that are online. And so, as a kid that might be at home, lonely, watching online, they see these guys and they're like, oh, it's like hanging out with my friends every week.
Yeah.
And you develop these relationships. And I think that the people that don't like it don't understand that aspect of it.
Right.
That these aren't just fishermen going out because, a lot of people that don't like it, they're like, oh, well, they're not serious about it, or, maybe they're not, winning these tournaments and stuff like that. But it's that friendship element of like, I'm friends with these guys. And you see it when you're over there with them in line.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I'm so excited to meet them.
Yeah.
It's like a friend that they've had their entire life, but they've never met
It's
them.
very cool.
Yeah.
It's very cool. And I've seen it. I've seen their
Yeah.
interaction with the fans. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And I do love that. I love that when you watch their stuff, you feel like you can do it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's not unapproachable. It's
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
something that's so weird that you couldn't try it yourself.
Yeah, they're just out on and that they do it together. I think
Yeah.
is important that they're like making friends with each other, like within the industry, and other YouTubers collaborating with each other and whoever else on YouTube, and just like that they're a group of dudes that love fishing and they just point
Yeah.
a camera in their face. I mean that's what makes your guys' content so great too. You can tell
Yeah.
you guys are actually friends.
Yeah.
Like you guys do this stuff and
It's
like,
been fun.
Yeah, you could tell you got like when you guys build this boat and like
Yeah.
hang out. Like I said, we're just sitting here drinking a beer, talking. Like you could tell you guys get along.
Yeah.
And hang out when the cameras are off, and you can tell that about them and their content too. And it's what brings people. It's why people like fishing. It's not just catching a fish. It's being on a boat with your friend or your dad
Yeah.
or whoever.
So important.
Yeah.
So important. And I've said this before, and I want to say it again. The two things that I love about our podcast, the one is our formula is super simple. We drink beer and we talk fishing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really easy, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't feel like work. And the other thing, and Dave, we talked about this on the show, is as we all got busier later in life, right? We're childhood friends. We would hang out every weekend, but as we got to be adults and we have jobs and we have kids and you have bills, you have responsibilities.
And ended the fun, basically ended our lives.
Ended the fun. But, the reality of life is that you start to get busy. And, I started to lose connection with my very best childhood friends.
Yeah.
And this show has helped me reconnect with my friends.
Yeah.
That's
And
awesome.
it's so awesome.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel like work.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I look at those Ike Live dates every month, and it's a chance to hang with my buddies again.
Yeah.
And it's really great.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean, that's how it's been for us too, and something that I think's been really particular about as our company's grown, how we've been hiring. I mean, like I said, I didn't know Matt when I moved to Chicago, and then we lived together for a year. Like,
Yeah.
we meet people like that we.
Roomies for
Yeah,
life.
roomies for life.
Roomies for
now.
life.
Yeah, you.
You're
like,
supposed to have a sign for that. You have like a gang sign for that?
It's not appropriate for
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not for broadcast.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's
So
like.
that's what they call it now, a handshake.
It's just fishing with your friends, and
Yeah.
like that's how their content is, your content is,
Yeah.
how ours turns out to be. Like I think a lot of what makes like Carl relatable and all the stuff that we
Yeah.
post on
Yeah.
MTB and stuff is that. I mean, half the stuff we post is things my friends send me. Like
Yeah.
half the fish we catch are
Oh,
people
yeah.
that get boxes that like they just text it to me and I post it on our Instagram,
Yep.
or like make a meme out of it or
Yep.
something, you know.
Yeah.
So it's just being relatable is hard
Yeah.
to fake. It's just when you be yourself. So
Right.
like, you guys are relatable because you guys are just sitting around here shooting the shit or
It's a good thing. You can say shit. That's okay. This is PG-13. You can say shit. All right, I got a question for you. So we've been so fortunate at Ike Live. We've had some great people we work with, some great interns. Of
Yeah.
course, Eric the intern,
Yeah, I
who's
know him.
moved on to bigger and better things, and of course Zach now, who is unbelievable. And we've put them through the ringer.
Oh, yeah.
We've made them
I know all
do
about
weird
it.
stuff. Give me the weirdest thing that's ever happened to you, and give me the weirdest task you've ever been tasked with.
Okay, I can do tasks.
Okay.
So I'll say start. I've been a full-time employee for like a year and a half, but it's just the intern thing is gonna be
It's
be
stuck.
forever.
Forever.
It's gonna be
Forever.
forever.
Yeah, you'll be like
Yeah.
50, and you'll
Yeah.
still be an intern. Yeah,
For sure.
Okay.
But well, the first time, so I'm just some kid from like Southern Indiana. I still don't know how I got this job really, but I got to the office for the first time that when I was an intern, and Brett immediately is like, well, they had me sort every single bait in the office alphabetically, and then.
which we didn't need.
I don't know. I have no idea why we did that.
yeah.
And
It was like a hazing.
Yeah.
A little bit of hazing, yeah.
there's a video you can look up too. Brett made me take all the raisins out of his trail mix.
Wow.
Also, I like raisin. I just felt like messing with it.
That's awesome. Might have to use that one, Dave.
Yeah.
What's that, dude?
The raisin extraction from trail mix.
There's a Costco bag of trail mix, too.
I
It's a
didn't
big
hear it. I'm
Kirkland,
sorry.
like,
I was right.
2-pounder.
Just a menial activity to do for no reason at all.
This
No, but
intern task.
the M&M and raisin extraction is critical, dude.
Yeah.
Really?
Like, who wants to chew on the the peanuts, dude? Shatter your teeth.
Okay. Wow, that's a unique standpoint.
No, but it's a little like give and take. I get a lot of crap and like do some stuff like that, but then also it's like when the intern does do something right, it feels really good.
Yes,
Yeah.
keep the bar low, so if you ever do
Exactly.
anything good,
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
I just
Carl.
like to have the expectations low, so when I succeed,
Right.
they're overjoyed. So,
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, Carl, is there anyone that makes you cringe with how they treat the intern?
Oh, it's unconscionable the way that they treat him. Honestly, I stay kind of far away from it. 'Cause
Yeah.
I like to be nice to everybody, and I don't think I've ever made him do anything menial. But Brett, turns into a real villain around him.
Because our very own Brian the Carpenter is so cringy to our poor interns, man. He just,
Oh, no.
God, he beats on them, dude.
Oh no!
Yeah. He does.
Ooh.
He does. Well, he's the boss.
We
So
have
that's
a like under your wing relationship with Gavin the intern. 'Cause while I'm the one giving him crap, nobody else can give him crap. And when we had a full summer of interns, we were every time anybody else thought their intern was any good at fishing, I said I'll throw a full paycheck that Gavin will outfish your intern
That's true.
right now. Okay,
Wow.
To this day.
I have his back there.
Hold on.
But he's got to get all my raisins out of my trail
Okay.
mix too. So
Right.
Good trade.
Did he just challenge Zach?
Oh, wait a
Yeah.
I
minute.
think we might have.
The last-
I think we might have.
The last intern to intern
Gavin
challenge
just
never
challenged you
happened.
to a fish-off.
Battle of the interns.
Battle of the interns.
That's content.
Gavin versus Zog.
That's content there.
I've got rods
Wow.
with me right now.
This
Where's the pond?
This is gold.
How about a flip-off? How about a flip-off in one of the tanks?
Oh, could we do a flip off? Maybe. We might have to get this.
I forgot to
We
mention
can
I
even
make
bring Matt,
$100
Matt
a
the
year,
intern
so.
from Stray
Yeah.
Cast in on it too. A three-way.
Yeah,
How
get
many
it.
rods we got
Yeah.
here?
Or a
Wow.
what do you call it? Not a three-way, a handshake. What do you and your roommate?
Yeah.
Roommate handshake. Yeah.
Oh, my
Yeah.
God. All right, I like this idea. Let's get, we have to get somebody to get over to Abu Garcia.
Yeah.
We need
Okay.
3 combos strung up. We got missile jigs right here. We'll cut the points
Perfect.
off.
Yeah.
We've got a contest going on. Let's get
I
this
like
set
it.
up.
The flip
All
I
right.
like it. All right, I want to change gears a little bit. I
Sure.
know you've told this story before,
Absolutely.
but I'd love for you to tell it here again on Ike Live. How did you get this gig? What was the start? Give me the history of how you ended up where you are today?
Well, Ross saw me out there, trying to catch bass with a baseball bat,
Right.
middle of a pond.
Right.
And he asked if I could read copy for a commercial, and I said yes.
Yeah.
And so I read copy, and then I've been doing it ever since. He
Wow.
just keeps writing these commercials. I keep
Yeah.
saying them, and then you take a couple of improv classes. You know
Yeah.
how to do this on your feet, and
Right.
then suddenly you come to the Classic and you do it all day.
Wow.
Yeah,
Isn't it amazing how life works?
it really is.
It's crazy.
Serendipitous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Now, here's the second part to this.
Sure.
If you weren't doing what you're doing right now,
Yeah.
what would you be doing? What would you if you weren't Carl right now, if you weren't this amazing person you've become,
Yeah.
what would you be doing in life right now?
I guess I'd never thought about that.
Ooh.
I could be anything,
That's a
really.
Yeah.
He'd be a good.
I think I'd take
Yeah.
his job. I'd be a cameraman.
Jeff's job.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd
that
be
makes
setting,
sense.
setting up these lights.
Yeah, it's a good gig.
Yeah.
It's a good gig.
Tour with you guys.
Yeah,
Be his
and that-
gaffer.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what Jeff does. It's great because all our behind-the-scenes camera guys,
Yeah.
nobody ever sees them.
Yeah.
They're very, very humble. They do a lot of work for very little appreciation, but they're so good at what they do.
Good at what they do and good guys.
And
too.
good guys.
This guy's the
Yeah,
best.
shout out to Jeff. Round of applause for Jeff.
Yeah.
Shout out,
One of
Jeff.
the best camera guys in the industry, right there. Man, it's so much fun. I still pinch myself that I get to do this for a living. That this is my
Yeah.
gig. You know what I mean? And I get that a couple times today. They're like, man, they're looking at me. They see the wrinkles. They see the gray. They're like, you've been doing it 23 years. Aren't you tired of it? And I'm like, nah, man, I love it. You know?
Just getting started.
Yeah, I have a bad tournament or something, I'll be like, oh, this sucks. But then after I get over the being pissed off,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, this is honestly
Yeah.
one of the best things ever.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's great. Now, you guys work with some really, really cool dudes. Besides the Googans, who else do you guys work with that are game changers in this sport? And I can think of a couple, but give me one or two.
I think one of our best partnerships as far as like a sponsorship content deals with Brian Latimer.
Brian Latimer.
I
Be
think-
Lat. Yes,
He's right over there.
Right
I can
there.
see him
Where's
right
he
now.
at?
Be Lat! Over there somewhere. Yeah.
I would yell, but I'm on mic.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think just what he's doing, being a pro, but also like giving you like the inside look into how he operates on a day-to-day basis. Like
Yeah.
he doesn't just like go out there and do tips. Like he'll do that. But
Yep.
he also shows his family and like shows what it takes to like go to all these tournaments
Yeah.
and all that. So I think it gives like a good perspective and also shows people that may have aspirations of it, whether they just want to fish tournaments on the weekend or if they want to be a pro or they just want to learn how to catch fish. It gives like you can do it type vibe, you know.
He's very relatable.
Yeah.
He's very down to
Yeah.
earth. We talked about filming content in a way that people can relate to.
Yeah.
I was shocked when we had Brian in the studio about a year ago. I was shocked that most of the stuff he films is with a camera. And I'm like, you're kidding me. But it does lend itself to people relate to that. People like that, you know?
He's no fluff either. He's like, he wants to do the tips that work for him with the baits that work for him. He's
Yeah.
not like just send me something and write me a check and I'll make a video. He's like, I fished with this one in this color on this lake. I loved it. I'm going to go make a video about
Yeah.
that type of thing.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
I really respect that about him. too.
Yeah, I do too. And it's great that, when I look back in the sport, the anglers were very stereotypical. 70s, 80s, even into the early 90s. Guys were 40 to 60 years old.
Yep.
They were from the South. They were white males. They were Baptists. There was this very defined criteria.
Yeah.
And I love that over the years, we've expanded the sport to be a worldwide sport, different ages, different geographies, different races. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, the sport today feels so natural. When I got into it, it was kind of like I felt like I was coming through a crack,
Going against the grain a little
going
bit.
against the grain.
Yeah.
And now it's like, it's great because it's open to anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a really
great.
cool thing.
Yeah, it's cool about this venue too. There's just so many different walks of life and people from all over. We've made people from, I mean, I guess they're a little clustered together, closer down here in the south than there where we're from. But still, there's people that have been driving we've met people drive
From everywhere.
8-10 hours away.
Yes.
Just come down here and hang out and walk around. And
Yep.
look at
I've met
everything. So-
Japanese anglers. I've met guys from Italy
Yeah.
this week, South Africa, Mexico. Crazy.
Yeah.
It's worldwide.
Yeah.
All right. Want to change topics, and this is a big one, and I value your guys' opinions, and I want to hear from all three of you on this one. Sure. You guys, Mystery Tackle Box has been ahead of the curve in almost everything, from the product to subscriptions to content to delivery. what's next, right? Because it's continually changing. The sport's changing. The world's changing.
Yeah.
What's the next big thing that we're going to see in the sport fishing industry? What's next?
The next. What do you think, Gavin? You go ahead.
I was gonna say, do you mean from us or just what's the next big thing?
From both. Either one. Either or.
Well, I think we've seen a lot. I'll just talk as fishing in general. I think we've seen a lot change in like the last 2 to 3 years, whether it's the tournament trails shifting and the way things are covered changing or what platform it's on.
Yeah.
Whether it's streaming or now it's TV as it's always been. But also the way people buy fishing gear, I think, has changed a lot. I think
definitely.
I think obviously a ton of people still go and go to the tackle shop and buy something, but so much more online and with subscriptions like we've done. I think it's just the way people perceive fishing tackle and gear as a whole, and the way they go about finding out more about it is way different. Before it's walk to your tackle shop or ask your dad what do you think about blah 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 bait, when should I use it? Now it's get on YouTube, find a video, look up some tips, see what bait's good when, then you go and buy it online or something. You know?
It's awesome. Carl, what do you think?
Well, this is something that we've talked a lot about, and I really want to see it come to fruition. I'm pretty excited about it. I think that there's going to be a Carl's cooking show.
Oh!
And
Carl's
I'm very
cooking show.
excited
Becky?
about that.
Carl's cooking show going to compete with Becky, baking with Becky.
I'll come and bake with you.
We got two battles
We're in-
now.
we're
We
in
got a
collab.
intern flip off and a cooking challenge now.
For
We
the,
do.
For
This
the
is
content, we're in collab mode, not compete mode. We'll definitely do
Yeah.
something
A
together.
collaboration.
Love to
Yeah.
collab.
Wow.
But yeah, we're talking about potentially having me cook some things.
It's awesome.
I like to cook.
You
And
do like to
yeah,
cook. You
yeah.
actually do like to
I
cook.
actually do like to cook
That's
at
awesome.
home and stuff. And so we've been talking about potentially with some of our other partners and people that we know, putting together some situations where it might be catch some fish and then cook it at home or some different things like that.
I
So,
like
yeah.
it. Well, count me in. I'll subscribe to it.
Yeah, I would
instantly.
love to do something like that.
Yeah.
So I'm just, this is me just raking them to, just be like, let's make this happen, guys.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
was
Carl's
something we-
catch and cook.
that was
You're
something we
forcing
talked
it.
Yeah,
about.
now it's out into the universe.
That's right.
We've spoken it. And,
That's right.
Yeah, come to fruition.
What's the next big thing that's going to happen in the fishing industry? What's the next big thing that's happening with MTB?
I mean, I think a lot of the thing in the industry is content. Gavin touched on it a little bit, but just the way everyone streams the tournaments, the vlogs, the trips, everything that's happening. I think people are realizing more and more, and all of you pros are realizing, if the tournaments that you guys are choosing to enter, that people want to watch it, and they want to watch it now, and they want to see what happens.
They want to see it live.
They want to see what's
They want to see
happening.
it now. They
wanna
want to
know-
see it at their own convenience.
Exactly,
On
yeah.
their own device.
Yeah, and they want to know who's going to win right before they win,
Yep.
when they win, and right
That's
after they
true,
win.
yeah.
So
Right.
I think that the competition aspect of it is going to lead to the way people intake content a little differently.
Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly how it's going to go. I think that's probably more up to you guys than it
Yeah.
is to us as
Yeah.
we kind of follow along with it.
Yeah.
But for MTB, I don't really know what's next. It's been it's crazy to even think I've been here for a little over 4 years now, but we've been working on a lot of new stuff. Actually, Matt, that's what Matt does. If we want to pitch to him, I'm sure he can speak to a little. I don't know what. I honestly don't know what's a secret and what isn't. That's why I'm just.
Yeah, me too. I
That's why
don't know.
I'm doing word vomit, waiting for Matt to brush his teeth over there really quick so he can talk.
I know
but-
some of the stuff I can and can't say,
Yeah,
but
so
I know
I'll
I
let him
can
do it.
say, like Gavin said, there's a huge trend of people buying stuff online. But one really exciting thing for Mystery Tacklebot specifically is that we're actually doing a little bit of working backwards now. So you can actually buy Mystery Tacklebots in retail stores now. So you don't actually have to buy Mystery Tacklebots online. Obviously, that's the only place you can subscribe. But now you can walk into lots of different national sporting good chains and buy Mystery Tacklebots right off the shelf and try
Very
it like
cool.
that the first time. Yeah,
That's very, very
Yeah.
cool. Wow. And that's something they could do right now.
right now.
That's
yeah.
cool.
Yep.
What retail outlets?
Ditch Sporting Goods and Academy right now.
Wow.
But lots more
Big
coming
ones.
soon too.
Yeah. That's very cool.
It's very exciting.
So let me ask you this. With the change in content delivery, with the change in the way people get information, is traditional TV dead? Is print dead, in your opinion?
I think print's closer to
Yeah.
dead than traditional
Right.
TV, but I don't think
Definitely.
either of them are all the way dead. And I think that traditional TV has the obvious advantage of being in everyone's home without
Right.
needing Wi-Fi or needing to have a different device to stream it on or anything like that.
Right.
So they're always going to have that advantage, and especially with basic cable that everybody has and stuff. But I think the way content is going to change is more that creators have such an easier way to do it.
Yeah.
We do so much stuff on my phone. Like you were saying,
Yeah.
Latimer just does it so
It's
easy.
amazing.
We
It's
do
incredible.
so many bits, videos, vlogs on a phone or a GoPro, and it's just so much easy. And then we just put it on YouTube for free. Like we don't really do, we don't have to like work through like a big network or any sort of big conglomerate to deal with anything other than like we have a joke, we have an idea, we have a vlog, we have a trip planned. We're gonna point a camera in each other's faces, and then we're gonna make Gavin edit it, and then we're gonna put it on YouTube.
I still gotta do that, by the way.
Carl and I actually got out on Gunnersville the other day, and Gavin's got about half an edit done, so we're gonna drop that later this week.
Wow.
So get on that.
Nice.
I tried yesterday.
But that was,
I've been working today.
We
It was
hopped
busy.
on somebody else's boat, just another YouTuber we sponsor, Andrew Nordby. We hopped on his boat. We set up 2 GoPros, and we passed the camera back and forth between the 3 of us, and we put it out. And that's and then like however many thousand people are going to be able to watch that for free that we made for free, and that's just not something that used to exist when you wanted to watch fishing.
Right.
So I think that the way that changes, and there's barrier to entry, that even for the Googans, like they started when they were like 16, 17 or whatever. There's kids that are 11, 12 making it now. So it's just like whoever wants to make content can make content, and then whoever wants to watch it can watch it.
I love that.
Easier.
I mean,
I
the
love
camera
that
on
about
your
it.
phone has better technology than even 10 years ago, the cameras that you could get,
Yeah.
professional cameras.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, everybody has that in their pockets, and, you know,
Yep.
you don't have to have a big setup, especially if you're on a boat. It's so quiet out there.
Yeah.
You just, you know,
I love it. I love it that
you're ready to go.
that anyone can create content.
Yeah.
It's not in a box.
Yeah.
You can do it any way you want.
Yeah.
I love that fact. Now, you let the cat out of the bag. You already said that you guys were at Gunnersville. You went out.
Yeah.
You were out there.
We were.
Now, I have to address a rumor that I heard, and I heard this rumor several times yesterday and about a dozen times today.
Uh-oh.
Is it true, Carl, that you found the winning spot for Hank Cherry, the spot he's fishing right now? Is it true that you
did.
found that spot?
I was fishing on that. They kicked me off of the tournament. I was supposed to just do a walk-on.
Right.
You know, Legends Exemption.
Right.
And they kicked me out because I was breaking too many rules.
Right. Well, I know about that.
But I told Hank about the spot, so if he wins,
There you have it.
yeah.
Well, is he going to
he's
cut?
on
Is he
there.
going to give you a little cut of the? Because it's 300,000.
Well, we're not supposed to talk about it on.
Okay, I got you.
It's sort of
Okay.
back, you know,
Yeah.
under the table. But yeah, that riprap. That's
I knew he didn't find that on his own. I just had a feeling. You know what I mean? Like, what are the odds he found that community hole all by himself? I just don't think that happened. You know,
Carl's
it's
got
only
some-
Browns Creek. It's only the best spot in the whole lake. You know,
Carl's
there's no
got
way
some,
he found himself.
Carl's got some trouble with technology. He shares his location with whoever wants.
yeah.
He's dropping
You don't
pins all
send
over the
pins to
place.
anybody where you're out fishing.
Yeah. Wow.
Just send it right to him.
Oh my gosh. I knew stuff like that was going on in the sport, Brian. Didn't you know it? It felt like it was. Just had that feeling. This has been great. Let me remind everybody, we are at the 2020 Bassmaster Classic. I'm with the MTB guys. Man, so good hanging out with you guys. I want to tell you this. I want to look all you in the face right now and tell you, thank you for what you do. Thank you for what you do. Besides having a great product, you are changing the sport. You're getting new people involved in the sport.
Appreciate that.
And last
Thank
but
you.
not least, you have supported our show from day one. Our little tiny bullshit podcast. You've supported from day one, so I appreciate that.
Thank you.
I have one more thing to
Really
add,
awesome.
actually.
Thank you.
I have one more thing to add. I brought a big-time gift to give out. It's a Stormtrooper.
There you go.
It's funny you should present that gift because I think he has a few questions for you.
Oh,
All right, let's hear it.
All right, so we got a special guest joining us, and if you follow intergalactic travel, you know this guy shows up every once in a while. He don't even have a spaceship. He just beams in. He uses whatever, his bag phone. He still has a flip phone, so he probably uses that. And we're joined by the one and only Stormtrooper. Everybody joining us here at Ike Live.
Thank you for having me back.
It's good to have you, Stormtrooper. Before you start your interrogation or whatever you're doing,
man.
how's day 2 of the Bassmaster Classic treated you?
As boring and uneventful as day 1.
Oh, God, really?
Yes.
Now, the rumor had it is that you were a bodyguard or a sort of a transient for some of the top pros here this week. Is that true?
Correct.
Okay. And what does that entail? What are you doing as a bodyguard?
Escorting these entitled spoiled brats from spot to spot.
Wow. So you're basically an escort is what
Yes.
you are.
Yeah.
All right. Has anyone caught on to this? Or is it going under the radar the whole time?
It's under the radar.
Under the radar.
Very easy to dupe.
Easy to do.
Dumber than the fish.
Dumber than the fish. Yeah, all the fans are standing around here and you're calling them dumb?
Not those ones.
Oh, the pros.
The other ones.
Oh, okay. All right. Stormtrooper, what do you have for us?
First question is a true or false question to Gavin from MTB.
Oh.
Gavin,
Yes.
true or false? Last year's Classic, you celebrated your 21st birthday and got so inebriated that they had to drag you in on a cart the next day for work.
Ooh, 21st. Is that true? It wasn't. You were celebrating 21?
Not quite.
Okay.
It was a few weeks after, but it
Okay.
kind of lasts a while.
I
know.
got you, yeah.
I
Say
got.
false, you're lying.
It's true. I got to
It's a simple question.
Very true.
Is this true?
Matt, he was my confidential informant. Matt has concurred.
Okay. All
What a
right.
snake.
That was a good one. It's a good first question.
MTB hat guy.
Yes.
True or false?
He might be a little inebriated.
True or false? You once confessed to Matt that you would rather work for Kevin VD versus Carl VD.
Oh.
Please don't frame the names that way.
False. Yeah, false. False.
Matt?
He's telling the truth. It never happened.
Oh. Another right
All
answer.
lies.
Another right answer. False.
Thanks, Matt.
False is correct.
Next question is for Carl. Carl, true or false? Is it true that you do not wear underwear under your waders and often drop trowel in front of your employees?
Oh, what?
That's
Wow.
a blatant lie.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
There's
Which
no
part?
I want to move my
Here,
stool
which
over.
part?
a
No,
little
no,
bit.
here. You can look in here. I got underwear on.
Okay.
So
That's-
is
No.
it your testimony before this tribunal that you do have underwear on?
Absolutely. You're trying to get me canceled here in front of this crowd. Yeah, you have to in waiters. I mean, there's too much friction on the inside.
Imagine it being uncomfortable.
Oh
with that
yeah.
underwear.
I have to wear a thin pant under this also.
Ah.
Just to keep everything,
Right.
like
That makes sense.
breathable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Absolutely not.
I have one more question, Carl.
Sure.
True or false? When you had the Guggen squad downstairs, Gavin's man crush on Pettick was so immense that you had to tape his hands up in a box of MTB.
Well, absolutely.
Wow.
Anytime any of the
That's
Googans
true.
come around, we got to keep Gavin away.
I still see the tape marks, in fact,
Yeah.
I think. Right
Yeah.
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is it. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
Stormtrooper, everybody, with some good questions.
Electric performance. By the
Yeah,
way.
it was
Wow,
electric.
it was.
Yeah.
Thank you for beaming down for
Hard-hitting
that segment.
questions.
Emmy nominated.
Yeah. I knew the underwear one was false because I've actually tried it with no
Yeah.
underwear before and it didn't work very well. I was
Yeah.
trout fishing, didn't
Yeah.
work very good. So I have to get your opinion on thin pant though.
Oh yeah.
Any particular brand?
They are just from Goodwill. Just
Yeah.
a really, almost a, you'd call them a slack.
Slack,
maybe. Yeah.
okay.
A green slack is what's
Okay.
under here.
Carl's
Yeah.
looking
Wow.
for thin pants sponsors. If anybody,
Yeah.
if
If
anyone
anybody
makes
has a
thin
connect over at
pants
Lulu or
and they-
something, yeah.
Yeah, if anybody's listening right now, you're thin pant
Not,
manufacturer.
and a loose thin pant, not
Not
a tight
yeah,
thin.
Right.
not yoga pants.
Right.
Not yoga pants.
How's
no.
this show doing the thin pant
Yeah,
demographic?
yeah.
You guys got a lot of
we do
listeners.
pretty good. We do pretty good. We've got a
Plug
few
it.
Manto followers on the show.
Thin
Yeah.
pant demo. Yeah. Yeah.
Manto's a good thing. Tell everybody real quick. There's probably going to be some people that watch this episode. There's going to be some people that listen to this episode that
Hopefully
say,
a couple of people watching.
hopefully a couple,
Yeah,
at least.
and their listeners saying, I have to get a hold of an MTB box. I have to get myself a subscription to Mystery Tackle Box. What's the best way for them to get this amazing thing every month? What's the best way for them to get it?
MysteryTackleBox.com.
MysteryTackleBox.com.
Right there and easy. If you Google Mystery Tackle Box, will pop up. If you go to MysteryTackleBox.com, will pop up.
Yeah.
If you Google Carl Von Dibble, will pop up.
Yeah.
So, but MysteryTackleBox.com makes it super easy. Pick your species. Pick if you want regular, pro, or elite. Pick how long you want to subscribe. Super
Yeah.
easy. Pause whenever you want. Cancel whenever you want.
Yeah.
It's all right there in the in your profile. So it makes
Super
it super
simple.
easy. Yep.
Super simple.
Yep.
There you have it. If you're watching or listening, get this thing, man. It's unbelievable. If you've never fished, if you fish once a year, if you're a hardcore guy that's ready to be the next KVD, the third one, There's KVD here. There's the other one, and then you could be the new one. Try this box. Try this box. You're going to love it. It's unbelievable. Guys, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thanks
on
for
the
having
show.
us. It was a great
It's been
time.
so fun.
Thanks for having us.
It's been so fun. Dave, don't they have, I know we have a couple other special things happening. And I do want to see this intern battle.
I do.
Yeah,
I think
we'll
I'll
have
make
it.
that happen.
We still have all day tomorrow.
We have all
Right.
day tomorrow.
So
'cause
nice that we're here on Saturday.
Here's the other interesting thing. So we had 3, right? Correct? We had 3 interns lined up. So I think there's a 4th now. I see Eric, the intern, actually came in right
Oh,
there.
Eric, the intern, the
He's
dark
always
horse.
there. He's
He's
always
still
there.
in but he's ex-interns.
He's always
I mean, come on. Don't they be current employees?
No. No, if you had the intern title anywhere,
Yeah.
As long as he once held the title of intern.
I think it's.
Wow,
I
the
think
dark
that
horse.
works.
Eric. Gavin,
Yeah.
be careful, because Eric doesn't work. He's a trust fund baby. He's only water constantly, dude.
That's the only way to be an
Practices
intern.
every day. You know, you can't beat repetition. You know what I mean? So
Let's
be
make it
pretty-
happen.
Yeah, I like it. There you have it, folks. 2020 Bassmaster Classic with the MTB guys right here at the Ike Live booth. Hope you had fun watching. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Ike.
That was awesome.
Appreciate it.
That was good. That was good. Brighter Carpenter, you want to take a little break? And we'll take a little break. Okay. Hang in there with us. We're going to take a little break. When we come back, we got a couple more mystery segments. I don't even know what we're doing. Hang in there with us. When we come back, more Ike Live. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.